Welcome back to Winans Window. Let's do a plant haul. Nice things about living in the country is we now actually have the possibility of not only growing an outside garden, but having indoor plants and even outdoor plants. I feel like I'm channeling my grandmother by getting a white geranium. She was always known for her white geraniums. And so when Emily and I went into the greenhouse yesterday and I saw this white geranium, I could not pass it up. So I'm so excited to not only have geraniums again, but actually a white geranium. Then starting years ago, when Mark and I actually lived in a small village in Alaska, and it was really hard to get supplies, I grew my own herbs, and I loved that. I would grow herbs in the summertime in other locations in Alaska, but I could not grow herbs in Arizona. I tried. I probably killed more herbs than was even probably legal. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to having an herb garden again. We found these grow your own basil and oregano. And in my book, you can never have too much basil and oregano. So I went ahead and got a basil here. This is called sweet basil. Oh my word, it smells so amazing. Just grow herbs in your kitchen for the scent alone. There's just something comforting about smelling fresh herbs. And of course, much needed cilantro. I go through more cilantro than the average person, I think. And so even in Arizona, I wanted to try and grow cilantro and I killed it every time. So hopefully I don't kill this cilantro. It smells good too. And then, of course, another oregano. Like I said, who can have too much? This is another plant that reminds me so much of my grandmother. I remember her greenhouse growing up, and she grew mint just as you walked inside the door. And you can rub the leaves and smell them, or as it matures, you can pull the leaves off, just put it on your tongue and have a little minty pickup throughout the day. And last but not least, in my herb department, I got rosemary. I've never grown rosemary before. I know my sister-in-law has a huge bush of it outside of her window. I have an Italian friend in North Carolina who had it all around her pool. So I'm looking forward to growing rosemary. And dill. I've never grown dill either, so I'm hoping it's not too difficult, but I do use a lot of dill in my cooking. There's a really weird gap above our shower. I don't know why it's there, but it screams for a fern. And so I went and got this gorgeous fern. I'm gonna have to replant it, obviously. Well, I found this cute little planter to put in. And so I got this fern. Now there were some ferns that said full sunlight. I didn't realize ferns had full sunlight. I always think of ferns as being undergrowth in maybe rainforest or so. I know in Alaska when we had ferns, they were down underneath the trees. And so I dug around at the greenhouse and I found this one, and it is a wood fern, and it says it loves moisture but a little sunlight. So I'm gonna put this above my shower, and it just seemed like it was gonna be lonely. So when I was walking along, I found this adorable peace lily. I don't really know what peace lilies are, but they just looked like they went together. So I can't wait to get these above my shower and just add this beautiful natural greenery to my bathroom. Emily is making her upstairs attic bedroom absolutely adorbs. So before we went to the greenhouse yesterday, she did a lot of research on what kind of plants will go good in a small upstairs space with just one little window. And so this is called a ZZ plant. Isn't that adorable? Look at that. Oh my word, and she picked out the pot. Ah, her room is gonna be so cute. And then she didn't go with the intentions of getting a fiddle leaf, but look at this. And look at them together. Oh my word. Do you know who they remind me of? Do plants have, anyway, do you know what they remind me of or who they remind me of? Lumiere and Clogsworth. And Emily, along with her Lumiere and Clogsworth, wanted to have some flowers. And so she bought Morning Glory seed packets, and she's attempting to grow them from seeds. We have a perfect patch just outside the back of the house for a garden. And to be honest with you, I've never actually have planted a garden before. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. So I want to show you some of the seed packets that we picked up. And I thought we were a little late in the year for planting, but everyone yesterday that we came across reassured me that we're actually right in the window. So some of the vegetables that we eat on a regular basis, I want to attempt to grow here. So let me show you some of our seed packets. And then you'll have to follow along to see if they actually come to full mature vegetables. Green beans. I'm gonna try to grow green beans. And obviously jalapenos, because we go through a lot of fresh jalapenos here and they're a lot more expensive than they were in Arizona. Lettuce, of course, only a summer crop, but I want to give it a go. One of Emily's favorite meals are carrots and parsnips. So I want to attempt to grow my own carrots and parsnips. Micah's favorite vegetable in the entire world are Brussels sprouts. So we call them special sprouts. So we're gonna try and grow some special sprouts. White pumpkin makes the best pumpkin soup. Typically at the end of Halloween, right around Thanksgiving, I pick up white pumpkin at a really good price and I boil it all up and freeze it so we can have pumpkin soup all winter. So I'm gonna try and make my own, grow my own pumpkins. And if I'm gonna grow pumpkins, I might as well have jack-o'-lanterns, so I'm trying that. Green onions, I will probably put that in my herb garden to see how spring onions will do. What's a garden without zucchini and squash, right? Like, what is the one vegetable that always thrives? Zucchini and squash. Spinach, that's another thing. I'm hoping that it will do good outdoors, but I'm hoping indoor spinach all year because I love spinach. I put it on pizza, I put it in stews, we make salads out of it. I love spinach. Habaneros. Cucumber. And cabbage. My grandmother was known for her cabbage. So we're gonna give that a go as well. And of course, we can't forget the plants that Jason's already brought me home from his agricultural class at school. 13 tomato plants and some green pepper. Again, I want to say thank you for following our family, and I hope I can be an encouragement to you, whether you live in the city or you live in the country. Go get you some plants. There's just something therapeutic about having God's nature in your house. We'll see you again next time on Winans Window.